What is up, everybody? This is the Double Z TV, Zanuga's Man, Double Z's Man, whatever. So, it's finally Payback predictions time. I would have done a live stream last night, but unfortunately I was out of town at the time. Plus, I've been dealing with this completely bummed shoulder all day. But it's finally time to give the quick predictions. Tonight's the pay-per-view. Hopefully it's going to be good. It better be. Because right now there are some main things that everybody's concerned about. Some on the main card, and especially the whole thing with the Daniel Bryan situation. But first, let's go on with the predictions, and I'll also give the predictions for the Daniel Bryan situation coming up. For the pre-show, you got El Torito versus Hornswoggle in a mask versus hair match. That's right, little person versus little person. I'm not going to use the word midget because it's not really a proper word. From what I heard, the more proper term is little people. But I mean, you have little person, El Torito versus little person, Hornswoggle, mask versus hair. Definitely, even though it's the pre-show and I don't really care much about it, it's going to be El Torito winning it. I mean, El Torito, he's got under this gimmick. He can't be under this gimmick if he unmasks. So that means Hornswoggle's got to lose. He's finally going to cut his hippie haircut. That means the three-man band Bay gets a bald mascot. Hopefully it'll be better than when DX had Hornswoggle's mascot earlier. So El Torito's going to come away with the win, because without the mask, he can't be under that character anymore. The only way I could picture them doing it is if they're going to drop the Los Matadores thing altogether. But otherwise, Hornswoggle, say goodbye to your hair, dude. Alright, let's see. We got Evolution versus The Shield in a no-hold-barred 6-man tag team elimination match. That is right, no disqualifications, no countouts. You're eliminated via pinfall or submission until one team is left. So, almost a Survivor Series format, but with no hold barred. Now, from the rumors, from what I heard, Batista is going to be leaving in the near future. There's a possibility of a Roman Reigns versus Triple H feud coming up at SummerSlam. Let's hope that's good. But this is going to be big. And there's also been spoilers that, through WWE Magazine, in an interview that Dean Ambrose gave, he said he was referring to Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins as his former teammates. Could that possibly signify the sudden breakup of the Shield, even though WWE has been trying hard to prevent the split up? But with this win, I still think the Shield's going to win, because I think Evolution was just formed to help get the Shield over. I don't think they were back to bury anybody or constantly hog the spotlight. I think Evolution is just back to get the Shield over. Proper timing. Yes, now shut up. So I think the Shield's going to win, and then afterwards the team's finally going to break up based on that spoiler and the fact that I think it's pretty much time for the Shield to split off. There's nobody else for them to feud with. They feud with the Wyatt family. They're against Evolution now. They've gone through the Authority. Nothing's left for this trio. I think this is it for them. But I still think Shield's going to win, and then there's going to be somebody turning heel, possibly Dean Ambrose, after the match. We got John Cena versus Bray Wyatt in a last man standing match. Oh boy. You gotta remember, John Cena has, I think he's only lost one last man standing match, if I'm right, if memory serves me right. I know there was Vengeance 2011 when he lost to Alberto Del Rio because of the Awesome Truth tag team, Miz and R-Truth, costing him the match. But this is going to be big, because you know that the Wyatt family is going to interfere. So that their interference and their success is going to determine who's going to win. If the Wyatt family interferes and takes down John Cena, Bray's going to win. But then you're going to have the IWC complaining, saying, "Oh, but John Cena didn't lose cleanly. It doesn't make a difference." And if he fails, people are going to be like, "Oh, Cena buried him. It's Super Cena. He buried him." Right now it's a lose-lose situation. But you know the Wyatt family is going to interfere, and the IWC is going to have one of those two reactions. Either it'd be like, "Oh, it's a real win because of interference," or, "Oh, Cena buried them by overcoming them." We're guaranteed to get one of those two reactions if the Wyatt family interferes. But I'm hoping Bray Wyatt wins. This is a big win that Bray Wyatt needs in order to get to the next level. He didn't win at WrestleMania. He won in odd fashion at Extreme Rules. Now let's blow off this feud, and hopefully Bray Wyatt can win this one. That's right, I'm going against John Cena in this one. Big whoop. We got Bad News Barrett versus Rob Van Dam for the Intercontinental Championship. Why the frick did that accent come out? We all know Bad News Barrett has been on a hot streak. He recently won the Intercontinental Championship. Rob Van Dam came back a few months ago. But this, Bad News Barrett, he just won the title. He's on a hot streak. Keep the gold on Bad News Barrett. Keep it on him for a little while. Make him a strong champion. Build up the prestige for the IC title. Because Rob Van Dam, he doesn't need the Intercontinental title. He's I think he's probably had the second most number of title reigns with that title behind Chris Jericho, if memory serves me right. Either that or third. I'm pretty sure he's somewhere either 2 or 3. But keep it on Bad News Barrett. RVD is just going to help get him over. Next up, we got Sheamus and Cesaro for the United States Championship. From what I heard, Sheamus is in hot water with the company based on past actions. Cesaro, he's trying to build up his momentum and everything. This is going to be a little tricky to decide, because with Sheamus being in hot water and Cesaro still trying to get built up, does he need the U.S. title? And there's still rumors of Sheamus' pending heel turn, hopefully. But this one, it's a tricky thing. Sheamus, there's a chance of him going heel and he doesn't really need the U.S. title anymore. But Cesaro doesn't need it if he's going to be built up. So I'm hoping... I'm going to predict a disqualification finish. And that would be Sheamus getting himself disqualified to keep the title. And that way Cesaro does not need the title and could possibly be built up more. So I'm predicting Sheamus gets himself disqualified. So Cesaro wins via disqualification, if that makes sense. You got the Divas Championship. Paige defending the championship against Alicia Fox. Oh boy, Paige just won it recently. Alicia Fox, she's been showing this wicked side of her. I start to fear her. She's crazy like a fox. I think I just won myself. No, I'm just kidding. But Paige just recently won the title. Alicia Fox, she's the first person to beat Paige since Paige came to the main roster. But Paige just won the title. You know, just keep it on Paige. Let her have a pretty good run. Eventually try to have AJ Lee come back if she chooses to come back. Get the rematch for the title, and we could get a very well done match between AJ and Paige. Keep it on Paige, give her a lengthy run, and still keep at least building up Alicia Fox during this feud, because she's finally getting a new side of her, and WWE's finally doing something with her after all this time. And then the final indicated match on the match card is Rusev versus Big E. Yes, 2 men who have had name changes. We've gone from Alexander Rusev to just Rusev, and Big E Langston at Big E. Right now, this is questionable booking. One moment Big E's got the title for the Intercontinental title. Next thing you know, he's being booked in this program against this guy they're building up. So Big E is going back down the ladder, supposedly. But I mean, Rusev, he's just been getting built up. Rusev's gonna get a victory over Big E. How? I'm not sure. The one thing I can picture is through botched interference. They'll be like if R-Truth and Xavier Woods try to attack Rusev, instead they accidentally cost Big E the match instead. So I think it's going to be a bit of a screwy interference call or distraction involving R-Truth and Xavier Woods accidentally costing Big E the match. And then finally there's the one big thing. It's Daniel Bryan's title situation. At Payback, Stephanie has given Daniel Bryan this ultimatum. Either surrender the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, or your wife is fired. Oh, sheesh. Now the big thing is, what is he going to do? People are thinking, oh, he'll just find a way around it. I don't think so. Right now it's still unclear of when Daniel Bryan's going to return to the ring. I heard of rumored plans of what they might do at Money in the Bank. So, between surrendering the title and Brie getting fired, the only way to keep him on his hot streak and keep him as a face and everything, he has to surrender the title. If he lets Brie get fired, he's definitely going to be turned into a heel because of that reaction. It's like, you're choosing a championship over your wife? I mean, I know the title has prestige, but come on, you could win that back at a different time, but why allow your wife to get fired? So, I think Daniel Bryan's going to surrender the championship. But I mean, the big thing is, then would there be an impromptu match or something for the championship? Because, I mean, if not, then I think this will be the first time in a long freaking time that we have a pay-per-view that does not have the WWE Championship on the line, even though the champions are, like, no world title match ever. I mean, I know they didn't have one, like, at WrestleMania 1. I know they didn't do it at No Way Out of Texas in Your House back in 1998. And I think a couple other pay-per-views. I'll look through my notes while I'm uploading this video I'll have the list of pay-per-views that I can name off the top of my head in the description for the only pay-per-views in WWE history to not have a world title match. And WWE's really going to have to pull a rabbit out of their hats because I don't think they can top last year's Payback pay-per-view. But let's see what they can do. So comment down in the comment section below, folks. What are predictions for Payback tonight, and what is going to be the fate of the WWE World Heavyweight Championship? So let that know down in the description below. So I'm out, folks. I'm going to keep playing 2K14, WWE 2K14. Got a couple modifications to do to my laptop down on the floor over there. I got my HD PVR. Once I get the proper internet card into that laptop and the drivers can update, I'm thinking about bringing 2K14 gameplay onto this channel. This is going to be awesome. And it'll actually be an extra add-on for the Dream Match discussion videos. More information on that later. So thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. See ya. Damn shoulder.